right, hi guys, Chidi Ben here once again to continue with the presentation, okay, of the material on entrepreneurship development and business management. I'm not doing a lecture per se, but I'm trying to do an expose in what this material is all about. So peradventure I can get very good marketers who can, market this material, because that's what Nigeria and Africa needs right now. We need industrialization to be able to move on. We need industrialization to be able to move on. In fact, when I went through the vision and the mission of NCDMB, which is Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, I was amazed. Their vision is simply industrializing Nigeria. That is what it is. And for you to understand that, you go to their mission is simply developing and utilizing the resources of Nigeria, both human and natural resources. And that's to tell you that there's a wake-up call to building capacity in Nigeria and Africa. And that's why I have been privileged to train for NCDMB through WAEP, which is West African Engineering Plant, in the 30 days in entrepreneurship development and business management training that ran not quite long. When I mean 30 days, I don't mean the usual counting, like you exclude them. You won't have training on Saturday and Sunday and then you still count it. I'm talking about 30 days, every Monday to Friday, counting again from the next week Monday to Friday, counting again from next week Monday to Friday, for about 6 weeks, counting 30 days. We did, in fact, we had an extension because of the project presentation on this program. That we had a project presentation, we had assessments for each of the courses, each of the models we did. There was an assessment, and then we had an exams. And then not just that assessment or project was done, a presentation was done to be able to ascertain the fact that these guys actually knew what they were doing. So here on the 5th phase, a very crucial aspect, a very important aspect that a lot of business or a lot of people who are into business in Nigeria don't see to be important, because they feel it's a waste of time, it's a waste of money. But I'm here to tell you that this is one of the most strategic measures any business can deploy, to be able to ascertain and to determine the continuity, the sustainability, okay, and then the handing over of such business, to various generations to come. What do I mean by this? Now we're going to see. Here we have what I refer to as business and the law in Nigeria. Legal perspective. Do you know that when you start a business and that business is not registered with CAC, CAC is called Corporate Affairs Commission, an agency that is saddled with the responsibility of recognizing a business, without which that business is not known as long as Nigeria is concerned. And you may ask me, why should we be talking about registering with CAC? Yes, because CAC has a list of businesses that are accepted in Nigeria, which means businesses that you don't see listed on, CAC's directory, then such businesses are not accepted in Nigeria. So one of the ways we can legalize your business, what we call legal perspective, legal structure, is for your business to be registered. Okay? So here in business and the law, and then licensing, I'm going to explain that. In fact, there are 2 major things you need to understand. Every business has to be registered with Corporate Affairs Commission, and that is called formation and incorporation. And then every business has to be licensed, and that is what you can refer to as the validation of your business. So your business can be registered, formation and incorporation. If it is not licensed, then your business does not have validity yet. Why? Because there is need for a checkmate on what you do. Because we read in quality management that technical competence is not enough. Okay, which means there is a need for the government to understand what you're doing and to ascertain the fact that what you're actually doing has value and can give value and can produce value to your customers. And that is what we will be dealing with here. Okay, so here I took my time to do a detailed research of various laws that are required fundamentally as long as you're a business person. Laws you can't just do without. And what are they? The first is, under incorporating your business, we dealt with CAMA 2020. We dealt with CAMA 2020. And with CAMA 2020, you are rest assured that you will understand the nook and cranny of registering your business, of managing your business. If anything like dissolution, upgrade, conversion comes up, you are going to understand that. Understanding whether you should register your business as a business name Okay, let me give you a little tip quickly, then I'll just move on. When you register as a business name is for sole proprietorship, where the liability that is incurred in the business is actually not resting on the company separately, but is resting on the owner of the business. So in registering a business name, you cannot differentiate the business from the owner. So invariably will say the owner and the business are one. But if you want to go up to registering a limited liability company, like a private limited liability company, you do not bear responsibility or the liability of the business, because in that case, the owners are seen as people that have fiduciary relationship with the business, meaning that they are simply stewards managing the business. And whatever that has been used to set up that business from the assets of the business, and in case of liability, the business will take care of itself. That's just a little tip. Before you can go to things like, understanding PLC, public, liability company, and then understanding also what is called incorporated trustee, okay, and all of that. All of these are different businesses, okay, and also companies limited by guarantee. All of this you're going to find here. I don't have time to explain all of this right now, but you're going to learn about them. Not just again, but you're going to learn about these different types of businesses that can be incorporated in Nigeria. You're going to learn about the laws backing their operations, their management, their sharing formula, their dissolutions, okay, their upgrade, their conversions. You're going to learn it here on the CAMA, the current CAMA law 2020, as amended. You're going to learn that. You're also going to learn about the employer and the employee relationship, and that's coming from the Labor Act 2004. You get all the details you need there. You need to understand why you should not fire an employee, just suddenly. An employee need to understand why he needs or she needs not to be found in an act of negligence. Why? Because the law has a provision for what is called, due diligence. Also, what's called due notice, whether an employer or an employee to each other. That's what's called due notice. Else, you will be liable to paying compensation. And then the third is the employer's compensation. You're going to learn about compensation, and that is under the Employees Compensation Act 2010. I have detailed on this. You don't even need to go back to Employee Compensation Act, because I extracted the necessary things you need to know about compensation. And then the fourth is the entrepreneur and his safety responsibilities. And here I dealt specifically with Occupational Safety and Health Policy 2020 as amended. So you have the current laws here. And then finally, because of time, I dealt with the necessary business licenses, permits, okay, and the agencies in Nigeria that you need to know. So depending on the kind of business you want to go into, you have the licenses, the guidelines. Let me just give you a clue right now. Do you know that for you to obtain a license in Nigeria, you actually need to have registered your business? You actually need to have your tax clearance or a waiver if you're just starting. Else you cannot register. You need to show your certificate of incorporation. You need to show your memorandum of association, your article of association, and others that follows. Else you cannot register your business. These are just the tip of the iceberg that I'm giving to you. And all of these details, you have them here in Business and the Law and License, which is called Legal Perspective. I'll come your way again, all right, to discuss the sixth phase. Thank you.